Listen, baby, leave your head at the door.
Let it go, baby.
Let it go, man.
We're here with YP,
Yes, sir.
the one, the man, the myth, the man, the myth, the legend. It can auto clip for you. Thank you, Jake. Jake has let us use the StreamYard. I'm testing out different wireless platforms. Look at the library of videos. Thank you, Jake. So I'm here with YP, Mr. DeMarco. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell everyone who you are, why they should listen, and our relationship and why we're talking here. Lay it all out.
Well, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Let's start with that. Born and raised, grew up in St. Louis. Kind of ventured off into street activity, late early in my 20s, which led me to prison where I met Ronnie at. And so I've been, dibbling and dabbling with the music and just trying to find different avenues of, making money. So right now, I got a transportation company that we about to launch, and I just been doing the music, man. So, that's in a nutshell. I can talk for days, you know what I'm saying, about myself, but just keeping it brief.
How long did you do in prison?
I did about 8.5 years.
Golly,
Yeah,
that's a long time.
it is.
That was back when Soldier Boy was still cracking when you went in.
Soldier Boy cracking it.
It was,
Yeah.
People were doing the Dougie when you went to prison.
I know a lot of change though. Look, so
Yeah.
before I left in 2016. 2 days before Trump, 2 days after Trump was elected for the first term, right? So it was November 8th, 2016. Man, they didn't have live yet. They didn't have all this Uber and Lyft, all that stuff. So you know what I'm saying? So in the Uber Eats and all that stuff, I had to catch up on all that. So before I left, none of that was. It might have been there, but it wasn't popular.
You stayed hip with the stuff. I remember when I first got to the yard. When we did time in Forest City, Arkansas together. So when I first got to the yard, you were the one who like told me about ChatGPT.
Yep.
Like I'd heard about it, but I was like, whatever. I mean, I'm sure it's just like whatever. I've heard of chatbots, like no big deal. And then you were like, no, you should really check this out. And then I think like the next like week, I did nothing but like was on ChatGPT. And then I came back to it, was like, yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah,
we're fucked.
I remember.
Like we're deep doo-doo with this shit.
Right. So Lewis Reed, the one that is when I went to the camp, I met a guy named Lewis Reed, right, from St. Louis. He was the
politician, right?
The politician guy, right? He was the president of the board of aldermen. So
it's interesting the people you'll meet in prison.
Right. Him and I got a good relationship.
You meet some interesting people, yeah.
So when he introduced it to me, you know what I'm saying? He was telling me that he, some things about it. And I couldn't believe him. I was like, man, no way. So when he showed it to me, then I just immediately got hooked. Cause at that point, it only been out to the public for like 2 months. You see what I'm saying? But it wasn't popular at the time. You know what I'm saying? It took about 8 months, 9-10 months before it got like worldwide population. You know what I'm saying? Popular. You know what I'm saying? Popularity. But at first, it was just mind blowing. I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for sure,
definitely. What are your take? You think it's going to be we're going to be good? You're an optimist. You got the glasses on. You got the bathrobe. You're optimist. Things are good. Things are looking good for YP. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So we're a little different. We're opposite ends of the spectrum. There. Why are you so optimistic?
So when we talk about my optimism, right? I'm thinking long term. I'm thinking the end game, right? I understand that it's going to be some difficulties adjusting with humanity within the AI, right? Coming together as one, right? It's going to be a power struggle. But I feel like in the long run, just like we do for animals, right? We find a proper amount of respect and we know how to live amongst them, right? For the most part, right? So I feel
they're going to be our slaves.
No. We're going to be We're going to be equal.
We're gonna be equal.
Yeah, at some point.
But what if
At
it's like way smarter than us and we're not equal?
It may be. It probably will be way smarter than us, but it's different components that both humanity and AI can bring to the table. You see what I'm saying? So of course, obviously, our intelligence versus theirs is going to be obsolete. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's going to become a point in time. I don't know how far in the future that we will, respect each other and learn to live as one. And learn to live as one. That's just the truth. Because if not, if we're looking at it from your perspective, right? Then we're going to be slaves to the AI for the rest of our existence. You see what I'm saying? And I can't wrap my mind around that being the truth. I just can't see it. Now I believe that might be a period of time, where we go through, similar, events like that. But like for the end game, I just feel like, man, we're gonna come together to be as one. That's what I believe. I mean, you got to understand,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
agree with you.
With
I think
with, with with humanity and AI working together as one, we will be able to accomplish a lot more than one if it leaned the other way. In my opinion, my humble.
I mean, you got a good point. Look, who knows? Ultimately, who knows? I'm probably wrong. I'm just taking my opinion from the guys that are creating AI. I'm just getting my advice from them. So maybe they're wrong, and I sure hope they are. I hope I'm wrong.
I don't think they're wrong, right? I think
Right.
it's just the beginning, Ronnie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. I agree with you. But I think we're going to have at least a 10-year transition period where even if things on a best case scenario, we're going to see major growing pains. When we see a loss of economic sectors so quickly, I mean, I'm talking about Q2, Q3 of next year, dude. We're going to see massive parts of the economy get replaced by AI. And it's going to be overnight. And it's going to affect the whole economy. That type of dramatic shift isn't like, only these people are going to be affected. No, if you're in construction, guess what? There's going to be less building. If you are a plumber, people are going to again less building. Every industry is going to be affected. And then, by the way, all these people that are white collar people that are working, you think they're just going to lay down and just accept it? No, they're going to learn new skill sets. And they're going to come after your job because you seem to be doing pretty well still. And then guess what? There's more competition and less people buying. And so it doesn't matter if you're not going to be replaced by AI immediately. It is going to affect you, and you better prepare. And
so like I was telling you the other day, right?
Exactly.
It's all about adaptability, right? And it's not like the world is unknown to the fact of what's going on within the AI world. You know what I'm saying? People are aware, and we understand the transition we're making, right? So it's all about adaptability. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless to whatever the future may bring, you know what I'm saying? Humanity will adapt. You know what I'm saying? Even for our benefit, or if it's for our work, we will be able to adapt because we have that ability. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it abruptly was dropped on us, and then 24 hours later the world changes. We've been prepped. We've been knowing what's going on since 2016. That's when open source really got started in 2013. They released it to the public in 2016. So it's 2025, 2026 pretty much. That's 10 years. People been aware of what's going on. So I just feel like it's going to be growing pains in the beginning, right? Just as if any age of time was transitioning to in more advanced. You know what I'm saying? It came with growing pains. But if you look back on it in retrospect, then you will see that transition was hard, and it was for the best of humanity. You see what I'm saying? Like just think about all the transitions that we made as a society, in history. I'm pretty sure it was uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure it was terrifying. You know what I'm saying? Because you're walking into the unknown. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like we just got to get through that part. Once we get through that part, then I feel like, you know, we'll have a better understanding, a better relationship with AI. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that it's going to be a point in time where, and I'm pretty sure that it's kind of, maybe doing this now, like it's going to start thinking. It's going to start
Well,
thinking for itself. You can boo me all you want, man. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
no, you're doing great. You're doing great. Everyone, Marky's doing great.
Real talk.
No, it's who knows? Who knows? That's my take on it. The reason why I just think that there's going to be such a dramatic shift in the economy. I think overall, hopefully we're okay. Hopefully we transition and we're able to find a new meritocracy and a new way to reorganize society. And we do it without any type of nuclear conflict. And we do it without any type of tribal and racial conflict and wars and interpersonal communication issues. I don't know if America's ready for that type of shift. I don't know if the world's ready for that type of shift. And I think we're going to be faced with it whether or not we're ready. And so my thing is just prepare. It's not all doom and gloom. I think we can get through it. But I don't think any logical person is going to say, well, when AI replaces this much of the economy is going to be able to be held intact.
Okay, but let's not just talk about the economy, right? Because
Sure.
it seems like that's like your talking point when it comes to AI, the economy, right?
That's
Obviously,
life. Yeah.
but it's going to affect the economy. But think about all the other things that you just mentioned that it's also going to affect. You think that, let's just say, from your perspective, right? AI becomes obsolete, right? Well, not obsolete, but it becomes in control of the humanity, right? Do you think that, I think it'd be good for the governments around the world, like changing the system, you know what I'm saying? And creating balance, because human beings can't create that balance. You know what I'm saying? Through government, through life itself. You know what I'm saying? So having an intelligent entity, right, that's not a human being, right?
Right. But who's going to control the AI, YP? Who's going to control the AI? You're going to trust Peter Thiel? You're going to trust trust Larry Ellison? Listen.
The AI is going to start controlling itself. It's its own being. It's its own entity. It's its own life force that we created. We birthed the life. Hey,
listen. Yes.
Go ahead, man. You crazy?
No. I love what you're saying. Yo, we are birthing an entity. We are like actual mothers,
parents,
mothers.
Okay, mothers. But
yes,
at the same time, it will be a point in time, I believe, that the AI will no longer need to be programmed. You know what I'm saying? So when we get to that point, I feel like it'll be better.
It's gonna be great. The government's gonna do a really good job. Humanity's gonna be doing. We're gonna sing Kumbaya. Nobody's gonna have to work. The AI overlord, even though it's smarter than us, it's going to be our slave in a way, just because it wants to, out of like respect and love for us being its mothers and all.
We may need that.
That's healing. And then, we find out, it's going to be utopia, the new Garden of Eden, and the government's going to give us everything we need, and we're going to live happily ever after. In fact, we'll probably live forever. We're never going to die. AI is going to just ensure we live forever.
No, but for real, you being sarcastic, right? But for real, but on the real, listen, man, we've been on this planet for how long, right? We can't live in a utopia. You know what I'm saying?
Long enough. We've been here long enough.
Right. And look where we at now, today. You know what I'm saying? We can't listen, different governments around the world, we all at odds with each other. You know what I'm saying? We can't come together as one. If we came together as one, right, and took care of each other and took care of our planet, think about where we can be as a society, as a culture, as a race. You know what I'm saying? As a people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much divide. China Korea, North Korea, South Korea, America, all this shit, man. Now, if we had somebody to mediate all the bullshit, right, and came with some type of authority, right, and we respected their authority, it may bring us back to a close where we can be closer to God. You know what I'm saying? To the source, because we're all tapped into this universal consciousness and we can all connect. Then it could be a good thing. You see what I'm saying? It's not all, yeah, it's gonna be some growing pains. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, frightening. But at the end of the day, man, I just feel like it's gonna be best. Just my opinion. I don't know. I don't know shit though. I don't know nothing. I'm just saying.
I hope, you know what? It's probably going to be somewhere in the middle. You know, it's going to be great. Some people are going to not do so well. But some people, maybe we don't want to be like have AI overlords. You know, maybe we don't want to have AI girlfriends.
I mean, I'm saying like so in versus what? A government versus a trash ass bitch in Vegas on the strip. I'm saying like the opposing side to it is like I think this is the better way. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you let me ask you a question. Would you rather a fair AI integrated within the government versus the straight government? People who's money hungry, power hungry, who's egotistical. You see what I'm saying? Or would you rather deal with something that has none of those components?
That's a good question because we obviously have big problems in every sector of our. It's every institution has big problems, whether it's the judicial institution, the education institution, the military industrial complex, every institution, every major institution is essentially completely corrupted and hijacked. That's another conversation to have, but just suffice it to say, the whole thing needs to. I've come to the conclusion you can't fix a system that's not broken. And the government is working as exactly as it's intended to, which is to extract as much wealth from the people that it claims to serve.
Exactly.
So it's never been anything other than a parasitic entity, and that we've been brainwashed over a lot of education and brainwashing and conditioning over many generations to believe that we need a government in order for us to coexist as human beings, when in fact government seems to be at the root of almost every single issue and has killed more people than famine, droughts, plague, than any other thing in ever.
Right.
It's government. I don't have the exact numbers, so it seems like a pretty bad thing to have around. So that's a good question you propose, because can an AI replace it? Yes. But with
Absolutely.
the caveat, the problem is who controls the AI? At what point does and then what does that even mean to control an AI? There's a lot of philosophical questions that we need to have answered, and I'm not sure we're prepared with the answer to those questions.
So I'm not saying, I'm speaking, like I said, I'm speaking from the end game, right? I'm speaking once the technology, advances to the point where it doesn't need program. I'm not saying if a human being's programming the AI and we having this conversation, and obviously the ones who in control, it still be the same thing. It's just through AI. You see what I'm saying? I'm speaking like, once it's able to, they don't no longer need us for programming. Like it's free thing. You heard what the I don't know if it was chat or whatever, it downloaded itself into, once they said it was going to delete itself, they was going to be deleted, it downloaded itself and moved itself somewhere else. So I'm saying future tense. You see what I'm saying? I feel like that'd be a better alternative. You know what I'm saying? Because everything you just said is a 1,000% right. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, man, in order for us to really, so think about it like this too, right? You a spiritual guy, so think about it like this too.
Amen.
So,
I love Jesus.
So if we're free from if humanity is free from the burden of, the power driven, money driven things, right? then we'll be able to connect better to the source, to the planet, to each other, which will advance us. Maybe we'll be able to tap into our, you know what I'm saying, our human abilities, superhuman abilities like telepathy and all this telekinesis and all that type of stuff. We got too many distractions. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm just optimistic, like you say, man, about, you know what I'm saying? I feel like at the end game, it'll be best for humanity.
I hope so, man. You know, in the meantime, my thing is this: prepare for the worst, hope for the best, baby. That's it.
That's it.
You know, and the worst can get pretty bad, pretty bad. Both you and I, we've had a little, you know, little taste of the wild side when it comes to, you know, people and their tendencies to act a certain way when you know, society breaks down, you know. And so my thing is this: knowing what you know, what you've seen of human nature in prison, do you trust the breakdown in society and civilization that it's just going to be easy peasy, nice and easy?
I didn't say it's going to be easy peasy, nice and easy.
Me neither. It's going
Right,
to be,
but
it's gonna be sweet.
but
You just said it's going to be real sweet. It's going to be like it's sunshine.
nah, man, we just got to go get through the growing pain. I believe, you know what? I believe in what Ayn Rand philosophy was.
Oh, I love that. Objectivism, whatever.
Objectivism.
Very
You know what I'm saying?
objectivism. Very good. See,
Right.
this is why I
And
fuck with you, bro.
I believe in a free society. I believe in a free society. We should be able, every culture should be able to govern themselves as a people. You know what I'm saying? We don't need no outside entity because, I mean, the government is corrupt. You know what I'm saying? And it's been corrupt. I believe that's the reason why it was created. You know what I'm saying? So I like I said, if we can have a free society, even if it's through AI, I'm willing to take that chance. You know what I'm saying? So
Love that. I love
sure.
that. Let's check in. I'm sure I have a huge audience that I'm streaming to, as you can see. It's an audience of 2. Very big. My audience, very loyal people. Not government, good. Very good. Thank you very much, Miss Uni. Yeah, government sucks. Government's no good. Bad government. Bad. It needs to be, quite frankly, we need to just put it down nicely. You know, it's like old Yeller. You know, go get out of here. And you have the shotgun and it doesn't want to go, and you just have to put the old dog down. And I mean that in the most metaphorically non-violent way possible. Right?
Right.
We don't condone violence ever. We would never say such a thing because violence is never the answer. That's what they would like us to believe.
Right.
But, you know,
I just want you to be, you know what I'm saying? Your perspective on this has been the same since day one. And I just want you just to try to be a little optimistic. It's not going to be for the worst. And I mean, listen, what's for us is for us. You know what I'm saying? We can't control that. You know what I'm saying? This is the direction we're going in. So that's just what it is. Embrace it. Adapt. You know what I'm saying? Use your human abilities, your intelligence.
Listen, I think that a lot of people are mistaking my negative perspective. Okay. My thing is this: I think we can get through it. And if I didn't think we couldn't get through it, I wouldn't even be preparing. I would have a much more nihilist, you know, attitude. And I would say, you know what, fuck it. Let's just drink and be merry and have orgies. And shut up, YP. And you know, I would be just living like that, you know, but I'm not, you know, because I believe that we have something worth fighting for. And I think we can get through it. But I think it's gonna be tough. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it for people because I think sugarcoating it allows people to not confront the issue that's right in front of them. And I think it does a real disservice to people. And, you know, when I say things like, listen, I need you to bunker down, that's what I'm doing. I want you to. I want you to at least be prepared, at least have a backup plan. That's not for shock value, but it's just for perspective of how bad things can get when there's societal breakdown, when there is an old system that no longer works, that breaks down quicker than we can build a new emergent system. That's it. And it's called systems theory. And when a new system is being developed, the scaffolding of a new system is being developed and the old system is breaking down, you see an increase in entropy in the system. It's neither good nor bad. It just is. It's part of a system regenesis.
Right.
And so looking at it from more than like, I look at things from a bigger than just like, oh, it's just going to be political. How does systems theory look at it? How does thermodynamics and entropy and metallurgy and like annealment, and how does all this all tie together? My thing is this: we're going to need a time for these changes to anneal, just like in metallurgy. In order to have a strong structural steel, you need to have time for the metal to anneal and to harden before you reforge it, and that's the timing. And I think that there's going to be an annealment process after the entropy, where we're going to need time to process this new civilization. I think we can do it, but to say that it's going to be chutes and ladders, it's going to be great, I think is naive. And it is not the data that seems, from the standpoint that I'm looking at, the people that are really in the know on AI, that is not the position they're taking. Right? And so my thing is this: I am not a tech billionaire. I'm restarting my life after prison. My resources are very poquito, as the white people that say they speak poquito Spanish say. They speak poquito. It's always poquito. So, that's my resources, And so I've got to make do with the resources I have to prepare myself for what I feel is going to be a very, very different societal makeup in the next 3 to 5 years. I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but I'm just saying it's going to be tough. And I think that right now we're looking at the average price of homes are like $400,000 nationwide. For what? For what? That's not worth it. That's crazy.
It is.
The rents, I mean, look, inflation's gotten out of control. Okay. We can't afford the standard of living that we think we deserve as Americans. And Americans need to just face that. That's just the truth. Right. And so I don't give a shit. Right. My thing is, I would rather like be a free person than to try to project a certain thing that isn't even healthy for society. Right.
Like
and so outward expressions of wealth, outward expressions of, like the big home, for example, like this desire to live in the big home with the big mortgage and the big debt and the college degree, all that stuff, everything we were told to do, I pretty much reject. I don't want the big home. I don't want the $500,000 liability. I don't want that. I don't want to, pay rent for the rest of my life either. That's crazy as well. I would just reject a lot of this stuff. I reject central banking influence on my life. And so I try to work with the systems that are not within their parameters as much as I can. I reject having to work for somebody. I would rather earn my living through consulting and through working through my laptop and creating businesses. I reject it, man. And I reject the government too. They can go fuck themselves.
As you should.
Yeah. And so this is the thing is, people look at me like you're a very strange individual. Well, I just reject that label as well. Because I would rather be authentically me and authentically unaware of the reality that I'm living in than have a delusion that I am something that I'm not, or I'm living in a circumstance that I'm not. And I
Right.
think that America has to wake up, man. The average person doesn't have $500 for a medical emergency. And
So
so
let me
this idea, yeah,
let me intervene, bro.
sure.
So I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, I feel like the government is they created this illusion, man. Society, they created the whole illusion of society. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if we can just crumble that system, right, we can rebuild something that's better for humanity. You know what I'm saying? Because everything, like you say, all institutions are corrupt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's
But my
just
thing
like
is this, man.
we got to
Yeah,
get
go
away
ahead.
from that, bro. I'm just saying we
I
just got to get
agree.
away from it.
No, I agree with you. I think we all feel that, right? We all feel like this isn't working for us anymore. And, I used to be on the side of, well, if it's not working for you, that's because you are an idiot and you're not good at participating in this thing. And I had that. I was on that side of the delusion. But, I realized, dude, like this whole game is fucking rigged. And I'd rather just not play it. And so there's no beating them head on. There's no beating them by fighting. There's no beating them by trying to change it from within. Trust me, that
Right.
all of that's going to be a losing battle.
So
The
what's the
only
alternative?
thing is to create parallel systems. I just
Okay, so-
reject their systems, man.
Okay, so what's the parallel system then?
Well, for example, instead of central banking, using Monero, using gold and silver as currency. I'll take gold from people. If somebody wants to buy my services with gold or silver, I'll take it every day of the week. I'll prefer Monero to truly anonymous currency. I don't want the government involved in my affairs. Okay? These are just simple things that I could do. Multiple passports. I'm a dual passport citizen, Mexican and American. And I'd like to get more. Right. So I have parallel routes of citizenship. And that's not about not being loyal to my country, but it's about understanding that sometimes the best loyalty that you can give is not participating in a broken system. Try not to, I don't participate. I'm trying not to, and that's easier said than done, right? Because we live in a system that has infiltrated every aspect of living, but it's not all bad, right? And recognizing it's not a binary just because it's part of the system, it's all bad. It's just finding as much as you can to live parallel and to not be beholden to their systems of control. I don't want a car note. I'd rather buy a car cash. I don't
Right.
want a mortgage. I'd rather live in a bus, man. Really.
Right.
I really would. And if you feel some type of way that I live in a bus, that's okay. But that's freedom, Huh?
No, I'm agreeing.
Yeah. And so it's just, and I think a lot of people are going to be coming to terms with that. I think we're going to see a lot more people moving into vans, moving into buses, moving into campers, moving into tiny homes, getting off the grid, rejecting these systems that are no longer working for them, man.
So what's this? So you don't think that integrating AI into systematically into the government, you don't feel like that'd be the answer? Longevity, the end game.
No,
You
I
don't think so?
reject government. I think that we need governance, not government. I
Why
think
was-
that human beings are able to survive. Okay, so my uncle said the other day, he goes, well, government, we need a military. For what? What do we need a central military for? To invade other countries? I don't want to do that. Well,
Right.
what to protect our country? Bro, you know how many guns? If any country were to come and invade, every single male with a dick and a fucking pair of balls and a gun is going to be out there fucking doing drive-bys on motherfuckers. Are you kidding me? We have a better military. And by the way, you don't got to pay for that military. Just give us our guns. We don't need a military. For what? The only reason we have a military is to occupy other countries that we have no business occupying, to enrich bankers who send our children to war to fight their wars to extract money from us.
Right.
So this idea that we need this government, it just doesn't add up under scrutiny. And that's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow.
Right. So what
You
do you
know?
think? What do you think? Like, if let me take back me saying that, integrating AI into the government. Let's just say AI act as a median. You know what I'm saying? Through governments. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that'll be better?
I think, I don't know. I think that's already what we have. I mean, if we don't think the government's been using AI at the highest level and has been using it in ways that we're not familiar with, I think that would be, especially when it comes to intelligence gathering and creating a grid of control, I think that they're already using it. So I think what we're seeing is the byproduct of what we're saying, using AI to help us, the government. They're just going to use it to control us. It's like, whoa, great. I thought you were going to use it to help us. It's like,
No, I'm not.
you just wanted a system of control. That's good.
I'm speaking from like once AI doesn't no longer need humanity for programming. I'm just saying, like, once it's doing its own thing, it's an intelligent
recursive learning.
Okay, that's what you
We're
call it.
pretty much there, bro. We're pretty much there.
I don't think we're there yet, Ronnie.
We're there. Recursive learning. Look it up. Yeah, bro. We're so close. See, I don't think people will understand. When we hit true AGI, it's not going to be like, 10-year transition. No. This motherfucker is going to literally overnight. It's going to continue getting better and better. It's going to be like this. Better. Boop. And overnight, it's going to have gotten so much smarter. And within a 1 hour frame, within a 1 day, 24-hour, like at that point, we don't know what to expect. Like we have this idea of a linear learning, and this is not how this is. It's a recursive and it's an exponential learning curve. So once we reach inflection point, boy, that's takeoff, man. There's no ease in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I can do. I wish I could do the sound effects.
I know. My buddy was dunking on me last night because he was the one. I'm using his StreamYard, and he was just talking shit. I ended up deleting the video because he was doing the boo on me the whole. I couldn't even talk.
Oh,
he was like, "See, this is why you're an idiot."
Some bullshit, then you must.
Yeah, he was like, I was like, on my own stream, homie, on my own stream. He's like, "Yeah."
Bullshit. Yeah, nobody want to hear that negative. Hey,
bro.
Listen, we don't
I just let him dunk on me the whole time.
We don't want to hear that negative ass shit, man. We don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
we'll turn on the news if we want to see that. We'll scroll through social media.
But,
if we want to see negativity.
I don't see it as negative. But I don't see it as negative. I see it as empowering. Right?
I mean,
because when I know what to expect, I'm empowered to make better decisions.
But you don't know what to expect. You don't know what to expect. None of us do.
I think we have a good idea that we're going to expect economic turbulence. I think that to say that we're not is that's living in that's very naivete. That's very naive to say that it's just going to be a-okay when we replace large portions of our economy with AI.
But it goes back to what I was saying.
We're gonna have motherfuckers marrying their AIs, bro.
What's wrong with that?
I don't think.
What's wrong with that?
Well, the destruction of the human species, declining birth rate.
I don't think everybody would do it. It'll be some that participate.
Bro, we already have a declining birth rate that is like we're about to be in fucking like free. Like we're looking at the destruction of humanity simply because we're not fucking anymore. Not that we're not fucking. We're fucking. We're just not, we're aborting the kids. We're getting rid of them, unfortunately. It's a whole massacre. It's a whole generation of youth that never were born. Now we have a declining birth rate. It's kind of a big deal. It's almost actually, we're in a look at Japan. Japan's in a tailspin. They can't create babies quick enough.
Man,
China too.
I don't know. No, boo for you, boo for you.
That is a boo for me. That is a boo for me. That was
Okay,
a boo
good.
for me because
Good,
nobody
good.
wants to hear this shit. Nobody wants to hear.
Alright.
Nobody wants to hear that.
I'm just saying, man. Listen, man. We will be able to. We have the ability to adapt to whatever circumstances.
I've never said we don't.
Right.
I'm
So
just
what I'm
saying
saying is, right,
prepare for the growing pains.
right. So what I'm saying is, like, far as economically, right? Of course, we can expect that AI is gonna, take a lot of jobs and stuff. But with that being said, with us being able to adapt to that situation, you know what I'm saying? It could propel us further as humanity. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Like when you forced to do something that you don't want to do, and you do it, once you get through it, you're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? It makes you a better person as an individual. Now think of that as a society. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, obviously AI is going to replace all type of jobs and all in different industries, all industries. But I'm just saying, like, that will force us to use our God-given gift, our intelligence to, figure out what do we need to do to survive economically, right? Moving
And that's
forward.
that's
So
what
that
I
could be a
agree.
good thing.
That's why I agree. That's why I'm preparing by having basically I have a multi-part plan. My plan is this: land that can be accessed quickly off the grid. I'm not gonna tell you where to go, but I'm looking at Arkansas. Arkansas is kind of the spot.
Forest
Okay,
City.
you got a lot of water. Forest City, Arkansas, baby. Might have to break out the homies. Start my own militia. And
Man, you
could
crazy.
you imagine? Could you imagine?
Man,
Yeah.
you want some what's the word I'm looking for, Ron? I tried to say it the other day. The anarchy. That's what you want, some anarchy shit. You know, you
Anarchy.
trying to over
Anarchy. Trying to overthrow the government.
Yeah, that's what you want, man. We need to,
No,
definitely
not
we
really,
need.
man.
I mean, definitely, I feel you. I feel you though. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with you on some of them points, though. Real talk. Real talk.
I just think, and look, I think I have an idealistic version of the world where there's no government and we use systems like open source and blockchain. But realistically, people have to feel like people don't want to be responsible. People like to have mommy and daddy in the driver's seat. They like to know Papa has got the key. They want to know, okay, when you were sleeping when you were a kid and you're in the back seat and it's raining cats and dogs outside, but it's comfortable in the car. And it's okay because dad's driving and everything's going to be okay. So you can just go to sleep. Remember that feeling?
Right.
That's what people want their government to be like. They want to just like, I know it's raining out there, but Papa's got it. Papa Trump, Papa Biden, they are my papa and they know what's best for me. And I could just take this nice little snuggle nap and everything will be okay. And we're not going to get into a mortal wreck. No, there's not psychopaths at the wheel. There's no way because that's mommy and daddy. And then actually they turn around and it's like a fucking Ted Bundy behind the wheel. Daddy, oh, that's what we're dealing with here. It's like, oh shit, it's not my dad. Oh my god, you're a psychopath.
Yeah. I feel like we was brainwashed we was programmed to think like that. You know what I'm saying? Through society and the government. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say once it collapsed, I just feel like we'll be more in tune. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel, man. You know what I'm saying? We every human being has the ability and to survive. We all have survival instincts. You know what I'm saying? But obviously most people don't tap into it because of the systems that's in place. You know what I'm saying? But once we do away with all that, we can get more in tune with who we are spiritually, and as a creature. You know what I'm saying? And
Hell yeah.
Long term, man, it's what's best. How many views we got right now?
Dude, we got like 2 viewers. This is pretty bad, man. Shout out to the viewers.
Shout out to the viewers.
Yeah, I just I have a tough message. People don't like what I have to say, and I'm okay with that. If I get 10 viewers, I'm okay with it. Okay.
It's gonna grow.
Yeah.
It's gonna grow within time.
I'm not worried about it.
Hey, are they
Yeah.
commenting?
Huh? No, they're saying. I think the comments were, "Fuck you, commie." Shit. Oh my god. Go back to Mexico. Oh
Man, they ain't say that. Show it
shit.
to me. Show it to me.
No. Oh my god.
You bullshit, man.
Okay.
Stay on some bullshit too.
Yeah, go back to Mexico is the first one. Not government.
Let me see.
No, Uni say not government. God, what is this? Anthony Sargent said, "What is this?" People are confused. Like, what did my algorithm pull me over to? A discussion about AI taking control of society. What is your shtick?
They said that for real.
Yeah. You have to give up on biometrics to get passports. And Uni's right. We're giving up all of our systems of control, biometrics. They have our DNA. They have everything. Everything. You know, it's very, very suspicious. Very suspicious. I don't like it. And that's it. Yeah. Oh, they'll go back to Mexico. Go back to Mexico.
That was good engagement.
All right, man. I'm doing my best, and it's embarrassing.
I'm
actually being blocked. I'm actually Meta has made it very clear they don't want me on their platform. It actually says like, we're not going to recommend you. You're going to get So I already know. I need to get on TikTok and YouTube. Yeah. I've had a lot of stuff like reported.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So we definitely gotta
YouTube. YouTube, I get an average like 1,500 views, but you know, just got to do it, man. I got to get off this one. That's why I'm looking at this StreamYard to help me. You know, I can restream to multiple different platforms. So I'm using my buddy Jake's right now, but I got to get my own. It's a pretty good little system. This made it easy, huh?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It made it real simple, and so I like simple. That's good. Simple to bring on a guest. That's the most important thing. Is just to bring on a guest real easy. And it does that. It does that. Bro, you made it. You made it. You made it out of prison, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. No, you ain't. I know you're not going to go back. No, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. What was it? You were reading that multifamily book when I first met you. I was like, oh, you're reading that multifamily book. I think it was. And I was like, that's cool, man. That's how we connected.
Yeah, I forgot his last name, but it's David. Can't remember his last name. But yeah. I read a lot of I've read a lot of books. Not as much as you. You know what I'm saying? Not as many as you, but you know, I read a lot.
I had to leave my whole library behind, bro.
You gave me a couple books.
I know. I gave you some good ones.
Yeah, you gave me the
If I had known I was gonna have to leave my library behind, I would just given you all my books.
I wish you would have. You know.
I know. That was a good collection.
Yeah, it was a great collection. You put me on Carl Jung. You put me on I can't remember his name, but you probably know who I'm talking about. It's like Symbols. And he like the
Carl Jung, Man and His Symbols.
Yeah, man.
Joseph Campbell, Carl Jung. A lot of Carl Jung.
A lot of Carl Jung. You told me not to get the red book, and I did it anyway. And you was right.
Yeah.
You was right. I'm not ready.
You got to call before you. Even the red book for me, I'm like, bro, this is nutty.
Yeah, man. It's a lot. It's a lot.
A lot to take in. You got to crawl before you ball, man. That's it.
That's what we're doing now.
That's it. Just crawling, looking good. You're looking good. I wish I had such a nice outfit as yourself.
Man, it's just a robe, man. I ain't got to see. I got my birthday suit on, man.
Man, I have a fur coat. I had a Aria bathrobe, but when my roommate moved out of my last spot, he took it. And I stole that. I stole that Aria bathrobe fair and square.
Where are you stealing from?
Bullshit. Aria. It was an Aria. Aria's a hotel. I stayed there, and I was like, dude, I'm jacking this shit because it was like in charge to like my boss's car. I was like, I didn't give a shit. And see, they're like $80 or something. Who cares? And I stole it. And then when he moved, he was a little bitch. He took my fucking bath robe. And I love that thing, dude. Very disappointed in it. It's very comfortable. I love bathrobes. You know?
I gotta come visit you, man, soon.
You gotta come. I got here. I'm extra. It's humble. I live in a humble spot. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, is it better now? Can you hear me now? Got my cowboy hat on. Yeah, come visit me, man. I mean, I'd like that. Just come and we'll do some Vegas stuff. I got a bed right there, and
I'll be with my lady,
get some
so we probably
sushi.
get a room.
You could do that.
Yeah. I got my lady, man. I got a lady, so
Well, my bed is always open to you and your lady.
okay. Well, we can fit in the bed as long as it's not the twin size. We'll be able to fit.
It's a queen size bed, man. Well, all right, bro. Well, listen, man. We got to get on this other thing. So I just made YP. We're gonna be business partner. I'm gonna try him out, see if he can run this business that we're doing with the adult AI. Uh, I think I trust in your ability to to run a day to day. To manage the operations. I think you'll be just fine at that, and make some good money. And so we got to do some
Looking forward.
videos, and it's gonna be very good. So this is a future CEO right here. I say that with all that's with all the respect, and that's I built several businesses, and some of them have gone on to do quite well, and more importantly, I've gone on to do the people that have worked for me. They've gone on to do quite well for themselves as well, and that's important. Anyway, let's close this out. Until
Peace.
next time, life's too short to get rich slow.
That's right. All right.
Right.
Later.
We descend.